Hello everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So if you guys have been following the channel, you might know that recently I posted what was box 1 or part 1 of what is likely to be around a 12-ish part series because I was fortunate enough to have been gifted an entire 500 plus, I'm guessing maybe closer to 750 movies, but an entire movie collection. And so I have boxes and boxes in front of me, a dozen to be precise. Well, now 11 since we did go through one, but we have 11 more boxes to go through. And so that's what we're going to do today, is look at box number 2 of 12 and see what new movies I get to add to my physical media collection. So I tell the whole story of how these, basically how this collection came into my possession in box number 1. So definitely go back and check that video out if you are curious on how I received these. But long story short, my wife's boss, her husband passed away back in 2018. He was a big movie collector. She finally had it in her to go through his movies, heard that I was a big collector as well, and asked if we wanted them, which of course I wanted them. And so here we are with 12 boxes filled with movies. So yes, this has been just so much fun going through box number 1. I had a blast. And the feedback, I just want to say thank you guys, because the feedback from that video has been so positive. And I honestly wasn't sure how it would go down, because I was not sure if it was going to be engaging enough or entertaining or interesting, or I don't know, just anything. And I was also worried about the audio quality on that one as well, but you guys have been so great. So I'm just going to kind of stick with the same format here, just go through it in real time and talk about the movies that I pull out of the boxes and see what I'm adding, what I'm going to end up donating or selling, and then what might end up in a binder, and so on and so forth. So the only thing that's different is, instead of having the box right in front of me, I actually moved it over to the side, which I should have done in the first one, but I was so stuck on this 2-camera setup I was trying to do, so I just didn't think about it. But I'm back to using my old microphone, so no lav mic today, which is a good thing, so the audio quality should be improved, hopefully. But yeah, so again, guys, thank you so much for the support on the first one. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys do enjoy this video, please give it a like down below. That really helps me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right into box 2 of my inherited movie collection. One thing I thought about as I was going through my the movies I was keeping at the end of the first video was that I want to keep some stats as I'm going through these, just to, one, see exactly how many movies I'm adding to my collection, and then how many movies in total were gifted to me. And so I did go back and take those stats for the first box, and so I ended up keeping 28 of the movies that I unboxed. 4 I ended up putting in binders, so that means in total 32 kept, and then I am donating or selling 26 of the others. So that's a pretty good number of movies in total there. And moving forward, I'm hoping at the end of each video, I'll be able to put up my final stats, because obviously when I'm done, I'm going through these in real time. And so when I'm done, I might think to myself, man, I really do want that one, or I don't actually need this one that I said I was going to keep. And so I'll kind of correct myself, or just give a final tally at the end, assuming that I've actually taken the time to go through these. But yeah, last time, the movies were so dusty and dirty, so I had to go through everything that I was keeping with bleach wipes, Lysol wipes, and then wipe them all down so they were dry. So it was just it was an adventure, I'll say that. But I loved every second of it. And so yeah, I am very excited to dive into box number 2. So I'm gonna stop rambling and just do it. So this is a box. Let me show you guys. This is one of the smaller boxes, and you can see they're actually, all the titles are facing up. So I've tried not to look into it too deeply, but of course there are just some things that have, I haven't been able to miss. And so yeah, I know what some of these are, but start right at the top here. First one up is Alone in the Dark. So this is Uwe Boll, which I know I've destroyed that because my buddy always yells at me every time I say his name. But yeah, so this one is a widescreen, and I will absolutely be holding on to this. Actually, you know what? I say that, but I actually think that this one might already be in my collection. I think I found, yeah, it is. I think I found this recently at Disc Replay. So this is one that will be donated. So Alone in the Dark, my first donate pile. And then we have, oh, this looks amazing. This is Alien Dead, the 25th anniversary edition. Oh my God, look at that cover. This is fantastic. So for the lucky few viewers in the 1980s who caught Alien Dead, their image of independent science fiction filmmaking would be forever changed. This is awesome. This is like homegrown, it says, sci-fi epics of the late 1970s. Oh my God. This is an amazing edition. So definitely be keeping this one. You can see in here, this is from Retro Media. So I don't know that, but it's from, the DVD is from 2004. So a really cool ad for the collection. Very excited for gems like that. It's like what I'm hoping for. I will mention that this was part of the first set of boxes she brought over. And so this is going to be, the vast majority will be horror, which is great. So next up is Dog Soldiers, one of my favorite werewolf films, directed by Neil Marshall. I do own this one on Scream Factory, on Blu-ray, thanks to Scream Factory. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe there is a 4K release of this coming soon, which I will probably pick up just because I really like this movie. I want to support Neil Marshall. And so I love this one. One of my first Neil Marshall films, and I fell in love with him as a director from that point on. So this is another one that will be donated or sold. So next up is House of Blood. So this looks really cool. Again, I keep pointing out these family video stickers on here. So this is in widescreen, which is great. And this looks really interesting. A creepy backwoods family is it with this one, with bizarre satanic curses. All right, this is absolutely up my alley from 2005. I will absolutely be keeping this one. Fantastic. And the DVD is there. So yeah, this is going in. I'm hoping I can get this off. You know what? Let me try it right now, just for the heck of it. See if I can get this off without there being sticker residue. Oh, it comes off, which is great. So I'm not going to do this for all of these, but I just wanted to try because some of these, the sticker residue stays on, which is a shame. But as people have pointed out in the comments, I can just swap out ones that I am, trading in or donating, and I don't have to worry about the stickers, which is great. All right, so we have a big name title here, Shaun of the Dead. Of course, I do own this one on Blu-ray, so that one I will be selling, but just one of the best zombie movies out there. Zombie comedy done absolutely right. I already see the dust flying around this time. So then we have The Wicker Man, and I believe this is the original Wicker Man. It is, and it's 1.85 to 1 aspect ratio. Yeah, so yes, Christopher Lee is in this as well. Like, just awesome. I am 90% certain I've seen this movie. I'd have to check my letterbox, but I feel like I watched this for some reason a few years ago, maybe during, I used to do this like movie challenge on Cinefessions on the website. It was the Cinefessions Summer Screams Challenge, where we'd watch horror and sci-fi in the month of June. There was this whole big elaborate like point system because I'm a nerd. But anyway, I think I watched it for one of those, and it's a weird movie. It's like folk horror, basically. But this is one that I will for sure be keeping, assuming I don't have it in my collection, which I know, like, if I stop talking, I can just cut this part out. But yeah, I want to make sure I don't have it, and I don't. So some of these things I'm able to cut out when I stop talking. But if I keep talking, then I can't really cut it out. So anyway, next up here, oh look, we have more Yui Bull. Actually, you know what? This is not, because this is House of the Dead 2. So this one is directed by Mark Altman from 2005. It is in widescreen. Another family video sticker here. I don't know. So I was a family video manager for like 3 years, and I never used these stickers. I have no idea why they did it. These were ones that when you got it to like the 2-for-1 section, you were supposed to put these stickers on it, but what a waste of time and money and energy. Like, I never did that. A complete waste of time. So I don't know why some managers did that, but I never did, and I don't know why they did. This one feels light. Let me just make sure. Yeah, okay. And the other thing here, like, this was before they had the stickers around the middle of the disc. They actually, I don't know if you can see that, they would write on the SKU on the disc. Like, how manually time consuming. Anyway, I'm glad that they had advanced by the time I was there. Anyway, that is definitely a keep because I do not own it. So Next up is Marijuana. So I actually did spot this one before, and I got really excited about it because this is from 1936, and this is basically a propaganda film against cannabis. So I actually helped my my wife write a paper for her English class. She's in school, and write a paper for her English class that was all about cannabis and, you know, fighting for the legalization of cannabis. And this was one of the films that I actually referenced in that. And then a few days later, this shows up at my doorstep. So I was super excited about it. Actually ran it out because she was outside at the time. Ran it out to her and had to tell her about it. But yeah, so Marijuana, a propaganda film about cannabis from 1936. You bet that's going in the collection. And it's gems like this that I just, as I said, like, I'm so excited about. So we're going to keep on moving on here. This is Resident Evil Apocalypse. I think, where did this one end up on my ranking? Honestly, I don't remember, but I feel like it was toward the bottom half of my Resident Evil ranking, which you can check that video out if you'd like. I did basically a 4K review of the box set, and I ranked the entire series. But yeah, Resident Evil Apocalypse, I still really like this movie, but and this has an awesome slipcover with it too. Wow, this is a really nice release actually, but one I don't need because I do own the 4K of it, so I will be selling that one. Oh man, you know what? I'm going to show these three at the same time. House of 1,000 Corpses, and then 2 copies of Devil's Rejects. So there are some where we have doubles just because that happens when you have a giant movie collection. Sometimes you accidentally buy one that you already own. But this is really, okay, so Devil's Rejects I do own on Blu-ray, so I'll be getting rid of those. House of 1,000 Corpses I also own on Blu-ray, so I will be getting rid of it. But this is kind of interesting. I actually want to look through this a little bit here. Can I get this sticker off? See, that's what kills me. This is on cardboard, and so it's ruining it. That's such a shame, because this is kind of interesting. If you look inside here, like, let's open this together. So you have the chapters and the movie itself, which again has another sticker on it. But let's see where this one is from. This is from, I don't see a name of the rental store on this one, but he paid $11 for it, wherever it was from. But anyway, so opening this back up. So it looks like you have some like material over here, which looks interesting. So I'm going to open this up and see what is actually here. Oh, so this is just like a Rob Zombie promo material. Oh, and then Lionsgate promo. Okay, so nothing interesting, unfortunately. But yeah, so that one will be... Man, I don't know if I'll be able to sell this one. I might try to sell it, and then if Disc Replay doesn't want it, I will just donate it, just because of this is very disappointing. It's ripping off the cover art. That's one bad thing about stuff like that, but it is what it is. Next up, we have Night of the Living Dead 3. This is ridiculous. Night of the Living Dead 3D, but it's the 2D version, and we have Sid Haig in this as well, which is fantastic. So, you know, I have heard that this is just, like, the worst of the worst, but I don't own this one, and so I will keep it. I think there are, like, 3D versions of this. 3D versions of this that come with the glasses, like the red and blue old school style glasses. Unfortunately, this is just the 2D version, but I'm going to hold on to this one because why not? It's one I don't own, so that's pretty cool. And then we have Underworld, which, you guys, this is such a fantastic movie. Like, I just watched this maybe January of this year or December of last year, and it is fantastic. Like, I loved this movie. It was so good. It was the first time I had ever seen it, and this actually was released recently on the 4K collection, and so I do plan on picking that up at some point. It's like $65 right now. I think you can get it on Amazon for $60, but it's $65 at Best Buy as of the time of this recording. So I'm hoping it drops down a little bit before it becomes hard to find, because that Resident Evil set is now very difficult to find. You're paying much more than retail for it, at least, again, as of recording this video. And so I'm hoping the Underworld set doesn't get like that, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, Underworld is excellent, but I do own this one on Blu-ray at this point. I will upgrade to 4K eventually, but that one will be sold. So a lot of these are bigger name movies, unlike last time where there were so many that I'd never heard of before. We have Dawn of the Dead, the Zack Snyder version from 2004. Another great movie that I love, one of my all-time favorite zombie films. I actually watched this recently because I do own the Blu-ray, thanks to Scream Factory, yet again, the collector's edition. So this is another one I do not need from my collection, so it will be sold. And then more zombies, we have Land of the Dead, George A. Romero. So this is another one that I really like this one. I know it is I know saying that is not very popular because this is not looked at very, fondly, but I enjoyed this one. I thought it was fun. So this is one that I do actually, I own this one on oh, you know what? I do own this one on Scream Factory Blu-ray as well, but I actually owned an HD DVD version of this, which is just weird, but it was one of the only ones in my collection. It actually came with the HD DVD and the DVD, which is why I ended up holding on to it. I don't know if I still have that version or if I got rid of it, which I hope I still have it, but I don't think I do, just because that would be the only one. Oh, and look at the dreaded full screen at the bottom. That's disappointing. So anyway, this one I own on Blu-ray, so that one will be sold as well. Two more. Ooh, excuse me. Two more here that are the same. So I was seeing this sticker the other day and thinking, is that a Family Video sticker? No, it's a GameStop sticker. So I don't know if you guys remember this, but back when I worked at GameStop, so we're talking this was what, I guess between '06. When did the Wii release? '06, right? I started working at GameStop the week, or the month the Wii released. And so anyway, back when I first started there, they still had a bin filled with DVDs that they would sell, which was just nuts. I remember we were buying back movies at that time too. That didn't last long. Before I even left, which I worked there for maybe 2 or 3 years, I guess, before I left for grad school. But anyway, before I'd left, we stopped selling them, and so it was not very long lived. And so anyway, this was one that was at GameStop, so that's what that sticker's from. But anyway, that was a long story just to say that was a GameStop sticker. Return of the Living Dead I also own on Scream Factory Blu-ray, so I do not need either of those. And then we have Aliens Special Edition, lots of dust flying around. Another one, of course, I own on Blu-ray. Hopefully they will release that on 4K soon, because I would love to see it on 4K. Oh, okay, here we go. Here is it looks like non-horror, potentially, and I've never heard of it. This is, I'm going to butcher this, Ossi del Precipicio? Oh, man. Precipicio? I don't know. Someone help me down below, because I'm a mess. But this looks like maybe a sexy thriller of some sort. I'm going to hold on to this. It looks interesting. It is in widescreen. You can take a look at the back there. I'll hold on to it, see what this one is all about. Looks interesting enough. And the disc is in there, fortunately. So I'm not going to try saying it again, but you can see the title. I'm going to hold on to that one. My donate pile is much bigger this time around, just because these are bigger names. Then we have Agatha Christie. Okay, so here's a good example. I mentioned in the first video that there's going to be a small percentage where the DVD is not inside. Now, these are ones I can get the DVD. All I have to do is text her and say, hey, do you have this DVD? And I can get it. But she didn't realize that until after she gave these to me that she left some of these at home. But anyway, this is Agatha Christie, A Life in Pictures. So her remarkable life story as a BBC docudrama. So that is interesting, but because it's not there, I'm not going to mess with it. I will just hold on to this case so I can swap it out, because it's in good shape, assuming I can get this sticker off of it, which fortunately it's coming off very easily, so that's always good. So yeah, just an extra DVD case. I'm going to toss that to the floor. This box is much smaller than the last one, so we're already halfway done. So next up is Goya's Ghosts with Javier Bardem, which is interesting. Natalie Portman, Stellan Skarsgård. So this is a great cast. I've never heard of this movie before. When is this from? 2006, it looks like, potentially. Another one that's in widescreen. I don't know. This is a great cast, but it doesn't look like something that I would really enjoy. Wait a minute now. Okay, so this is from the director of Amadeus. No kidding. I love Amadeus. All right, this is I'm gonna put this in a maybe pile, my first maybe, but given how small today's stack is, I'll probably end up keeping it. You know what? Let's just put it in the keep pile. I'm gonna hold on to this one because Amadeus is a favorite of mine. I used to watch it in high school. My choir teacher used to play it all the time, and I have the Blu-ray somewhere behind me here, but I absolutely love Amadeus. So I'll give Goya's Ghosts a chance, and if you guys know anything about it, let me know down below. And then we have Ghosts of Mars, so a John Carpenter film. And this is one I am fairly certain I own on Blu-ray. I think this one just came out recently from maybe Mill Creek. Yes, Ghosts of Mars. Yeah, I do own this one. Let me see, is it from Mill Creek? Yeah, it's Mill Creek. So, yep, have that one already. So this one will be in the sell pile. Okay, so this, you know what? I think I might actually have this one too. This is a one that I got from Dollar Tree, I want to say, but this is Screamers: The Hunting. But this is cool because it's inspired by the short story by Philip K. Dick, which makes me think that I have this one. So let me take a look real quick and see if I have this one. Okay, I don't own Screamers: The Hunting, but this is actually a sequel to the original Screamers, which is interesting. So, man, this is one where, like, when I get the sequels, I don't know if I have the original or not in all these boxes, and so I'm gonna hold on to this one. If I have the original, I'll keep it. If I don't find the original by the end of this, then I'll end up donating this one or selling this one. But Screamers: The Hunting, which is again the sequel to Screamers, I'm gonna put it in the keep pile for now, but that one I might end up getting rid of. Here's one that we actually picked up, or that I held on to last time. This is The Quiet with Camille Bell and Alicia Cuthbert. This is one that, because I do already have it with the box one, I will sell this copy of it. Ooh, this is cool. Okay. I don't know what we have here. This is Black Cat, which is based on the Edgar Allan Poe story. It looks like it's probably a low-budget horror film, which is not a problem for me. I will be holding on to this one. Looks pretty interesting. I'll let you guys see the back there. That's why I'm thinking it looks like a low-budget horror film. But yeah, we'll hold on to that one and see what it's all about. And then this is fantastic. Shriek of the Mutilated. Yes, please. A corpse is bait in the trap of terror. This is another one from Retro Media, which is from whatever it was, Alien, that Alien one I showed earlier. It's at the bottom of the pile, so I can't grab it right now. But back in 1974, filmmaker Ed Adlam, hot off the drive-in classic Invasion of the Blood Farmers, teamed up with an exploitation pioneers Michael and Roberta Finley to create the definitive Killer Yeti movie. Yes, please. I am really excited about this one. This is awesome. I cannot wait to check this out. Very cool ad. Yes, this is what I'm excited about. That's so awesome. All right, and then we have, From Dusk Till Dawn, another big one, but I do own this one on Blu-ray. Another one with Tarantino's actually in this movie, and I want to say he wrote the script on this one. Yes, I believe so anyway. I don't know. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but Robert Rodriguez directed. So, yeah, another great movie, but I do own on Blu-ray. Next up, we have The Resurrected. Don't know this one at all. Unfortunately, it is widescreen. But, you know what? Let me see. Only presented in full screen to fit. Yeah, so this is not available in widescreen. But you guys have told me that some of the ones that were in full screen were actually originally, that's their original aspect ratio because they're made for TV movies. So I don't know. This is directed by Dan O'Bannon. What? How have I not heard of this? Is it written by O'Bannon as well? No, screenplay by Brent Friedman. Okay, I need to look into this one more. So I don't know if I'm keeping this one. I should know by the time I post this, so I can put my final stats at the end. But I'm putting it in the keep pile for now, or the maybe pile, I guess, for now. And I'll see if that's one I want to keep or not. So next up, 28 Weeks Later. I love this series. Like, I feel like I've heard recently that 28 Months Later is coming soon, and I've been wanting that movie forever because 28 Days Later is just an excellent film. Frankly, I like 28 Weeks Later even better. It has Imogen Poots in it, who I think is just fantastic. So this is a great movie, but I do own this one on Blu-ray, so that one will be sold at Blu-ray, or I own it already, if not whatever it is, Blu-ray or DVD. And then we have one called Undead or Alive, another family video one here. This one, I don't know anything of. It's not from Asylum, unfortunately. It has Saturday Night Live's Chris Kattan. Oh, yeah, there he is right there. Chris Kattan is in this. And then James Denton from Desperate Housewives. Oh, my gosh. So you know what this reminds me of? If you guys watched my 13 Days of Halloween, it reminds me of one of the films I watched in there. What was it? Legend of Bloody Bill or something like that. Because it's like a Western zombie film. So I got to hold on to it for that reason alone. I'll probably end up swapping out the case because there's just a million stickers on it. But yeah, I'm going to hold on to Undead or Alive because that sounds like a lot of fun. There's about 5 more to go here. Next up is Ghost Rider. Okay. I don't recognize... Oh, yes. Look at Angel. Angel is in this from Buffy. So this looks weird. Anne Hesh is in this as well. Henry Thomas. Carrie Fisher is in this? This is fascinating. There's no such thing as going too far for John, who is in X-Men 2, a control freak music teacher obsessed with his handsome lodger Sebastian, an inspiring author. So this kind of has like Misery vibes going for it, which is interesting. Man, Alan Cumming directed. This is widescreen, 2007. I'm going to hold on to it. I don't know anything about it, but it sold me. It sounds interesting enough. And then we have After Midnight. Welcome to Fear 101. There will be a test. This looks really interesting. Directed by Ken and Jim Wheat from 1989. A textbook case of academic madness. This is interesting. I don't know anything about this, but it's an MGM DVD, another one I am holding on to because that sounds really interesting. And then we have Dead Mary with Dominique Swain. Life After College Can Be Murder. The Making of Dead Mary. Yeah, this just looks like another low-budget horror film that I am here for. Directed by Robert Wilson. Looks like it's a Canadian production. I don't know. Looks good enough for me. Holding on to Dead Mary. Two more here. Oh, this is awesome. Zombie 5. Killing Birds. This is so great. I've always heard about this movie, but I've never seen it and never owned it before. I want to say there's another title to this as well, but yeah, I am 100% holding on to this one. This looks awesome. Zombie 5. What a cool addition. Like, this box just has some really good gems in it. So last but not least, and what a great way to end this. This is like my zombie box for some reason. This is Zombies Gone Wild. I just love this. Directed by GR. That's the director. The initials GR. I have no idea who that is. Where is it? Right there. Written and directed by GR. So that's interesting. All they wanted was to score. They didn't expect to get eaten too. Oh my goodness. This just screams like mid-2000s corniness. And I am here for it. It is in full screen, but I'm going to guess that's probably the original aspect ratio from 2007. I'm absolutely holding on to this one. Zombies Gone Wild. So that is it for this box. That empties it out. So that's box number 2. That's awesome. Before I give you one more look at everything I'm keeping, I have to talk about Resurrected because I just looked it up, and it is written by Dan O'Bannon. It's based on a H.P. Lovecraft short story, but the two main characters are Jack's dad from Lost, who is John Terry, and then Jane Sibbett, who is Ross's first wife from Friends. Like, that's amazing. The only problem is that the original aspect ratio is 1.85 to 1, and this is in full screen. But I have to hold on to it either way because that cast, like, I am fascinated by this. The fact that Dan O'Bannon directs, Alien fame, right? And the fact that I know the two main characters, like, I just need to see it. I'd never heard of it before, but I'm holding on to it. I know it's full screen, and I am totally against that, but sometimes you have to make some exceptions, and this is one of them. So I'm holding on to The Resurrected. Oh, and Zombies Gone Wild is full screen, so that's the original aspect ratio, so I'm definitely keeping that one too. All right, so there are all 18 DVDs that I am keeping from this box, and this is awesome. Like, what a cool box of movies. So as of right now, my current count is 18 movies kept, none putting in binders, and 17 that I'm donating or selling. And then one that I'm trashing because it was like an old cardboard box. And so, yeah, that's my count right now. But again, I will put the final stat up if it's any different here right now. So, yeah, this was a really successful box. Like I said, this one was smaller than the last box, but that's fine. That's how it's going to be. There's going to be one more that's exactly this size, and then, or no, I'm sorry, two more that are exactly the same size, but then there's everything else is bigger than that. And so, maybe I'll do boxes 3 and 4 together just to make a little bit of a longer video and cut down how long this series is gonna run, but we'll see what happens, guys. Anyway, let me know down in the comments below if there's anything that I'm getting rid of that I should keep. I think this time around though, the only things I'm getting rid of are things that I already have, but let me know if there's something I'm keeping that you think don't waste your time, because if there's anything in here that's not worth my time, it would be good to know that as well. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on anything that you've seen seen down in those comments below. I always appreciate that support down there. But as always, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like down below. That really does help me out. And like I always say, I don't just talk movies, I talk all things media, be it books, movies, video games, graphic novels, manga. If it's media related, I'm interested in it. And if you are too, you might consider subscribing. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.